first ever boyfriend, that my first ever boyfriend. Okay, let me take a drink. It's raining, the weather is so cold. I gotta convince myself I don't want it, even though hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. Yeah, it's been raining here the whole day. Like since morning it's been raining, and the weather is pretty good. The lightning, I love the whole lightning going on. So in today's video we're going to be doing a first time tag. Yeah, so you guys are going to be knowing my first boyfriend, the first time, my first kiss, and so many things, so many other things. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned, and let's get right into the video. The first one is first app you check when you wake up in the morning. I check my WhatsApp first thing in the morning. The second question is first broken bone. So my first broken bone happened when I was the age of 7, between 7 and 8. So I went over to my neighbor's house to play, and one of the kids I was playing with pushed me down the stairs. So I fell down and broke my right hand. Yeah, so that was the first broken bone I ever had. And the healing process was, oh my, I had this POP on my hand, so the healing process was very itchy. So I'll always use like a stick or a spoon, anything I could just get my hand on. I will use it to, like, you know, put it into the POP and scratch it. Yeah, so first foreign country you have ever visited. Foreign country I've ever visited will have to be the United Kingdom. Yeah, UK. First Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook post. I can remember my first tweet, but Facebook I can't remember. Instagram I can't remember because I deleted some of the posts. My first Twitter post goes like this: what if you realize on your wedding day that the parents that you have known all your life are not your biological parents? Yeah, I think it was a Nigerian movie I watched that triggered me to tweet that. The fifth question is first makeup item. It will have to be lip gloss and powder, this white powder. Whenever I was shopping for school, those were the two makeup items that I would normally pick. Yeah, so first plane ride you ever went on. Plane ride I ever went on was from Abuja to Enugu. Yeah, and that was when I was in uni. First time I ever got into trouble at home and school. I can't remember at home, but first time I ever got into trouble in school, we have to be like, we were not allowed to take mobile phones to school because it was a boarding school, and I went against the rules and I took it to school. So that was the first time I got into trouble in school. That will be story for another day on this channel. I'm going to do a story time on this channel, and I will tell you guys what happened. I will give you guys the full details, but for now let's leave it at that. First time you were allowed to put on makeup. That will be my SS1. That's after I took my junior WAEC and got into SS1. Yeah, that was when I started wearing makeup. First YouTuber you subscribed to. So the first YouTuber I subscribed to was Adana and David. Yes, that is the first YouTuber I subscribed to. My first car was a 406. It was a Peugeot. It was a Peugeot 406. Okay guys, so next question is first celebrity crush. My first celebrity crush is John Dumelo and Eminem. So those were my two celebrity crush. First cooking experience. My first cooking experience will have to be fried yam. It was something I loved a lot. It was something I loved a lot. Fried. I used to love fries a lot as a child. So that was the first thing that I attempted doing first because I loved it. And I remember my late uncle would always would always use it to like yab me. My first ever boyfriend. That my first ever boyfriend. Okay, let me take a drink. It's raining, the weather is so cold. So my first ever boyfriend, that was in uni. Yeah, that was in uni. My first ever boyfriend. My first ever cell phone. It was a Nokia. I will put it on the screen. If I can find a picture on the internet, I'll put it on the screen. My first ever kiss. I can't remember. My first friend in college, that is Joyce Asher. And most of my friends, like most of the friends I later made in college were through her. Yeah, apart from the friends that I personally made. My first heartbreak. Let me drink to that. Let's assume this heart has never been broken. My first job, that was NYSC, and that was in Supreme Court. My first language is TIEF. Yeah, and that's middle belt. My first love, would you be my first lover? First love. My first love is my dad. That was my first love, my dad. My first pet is Rocky. That's the only pet I've ever owned in my entire life. And I think I have a video of me and Rocky. Yeah, I will leave the link in the description box. My first tattoo. I don't have a tattoo. Almost got one, but thank God I didn't. My first thought today. I remembered my passport needs to be renewed. That was the first thing that came to my mind today. My first time on a ship. I've never been on a ship. My first time on a train. That was in London. My first tweet. I said that already. My first YouTube video. Yeah, so my first YouTube video, if you scroll down, you're going to see it. My first YouTube video, it's just me wishing you guys a happy new year. That was it. My first book I remember reading. So my first book I remember reading was called Queen Primer. Yeah, and that was in primary school. That was the first book I remember reading. First movie I remember seeing. Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, and Sound of Music. Yeah. To today. The first person I spoke to today, yeah, was one of my immigration friends. Yeah, like I said, I remembered I need to renew my passport, my international passport. So that was the first person I called, because when it came to my mind, I called him to know if he was in the office to assist me. The first person you text when something exciting happens. First person I text when something exciting happens has to be my mom. Because my mom is so dramatic. Whenever I tell her good news, like, she gives me some good vibes. Her exclamations gives me joy. So she's the first person I tell something exciting to whenever it happens. The first text I sent today, still the same person, my immigration friend. I sent him a text asking him if he was in the office. The first thing I do every morning, I'm not gonna lie, I grab my phone and check if I have any messages. And if it's not me grabbing my phone every morning, then it is me like just lying down quietly after I've woken up and reminiscing and being grateful to God for life. Yeah, so if I'm not rushing to my phone, then I'm just being grateful to God for life. The first thing I do when I get home. So the first thing I do when I get home will be taking off my wig, removing my makeup. Like whenever I get home, the first thing I just want to do is take off my makeup. That's any day I make use of makeup. Okay, so the first time you ever got drunk. The first time I ever got drunk was in my friend's house. That was the first time I ever got drunk. I went there with one of my older girlfriend. I remember telling him, like, I've never been drunk. Never. So he was like, okay, let's see if we can finish this drink. And it was a vodka. I can't remember that particular vodka. Was it Magic Moments? I can't remember. But it was a vodka. So we kept on drinking, and then it got to a point that I started throwing up. So my whole clothes were messed up. And so he ended up giving me his jalabia, and that was what I wore back home with my girlfriend. That was what I wore back home. So it was a messy experience. When did you go for your first party? My first party has to be my elder brother's birthday party. Yeah, that was my first party. The first time I got a speeding ticket. It's not a thing here. If it was a thing here, I think I would get that a lot. I won't lie, I will get it a lot. Questions. That is it for my first time tag questions. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that red button right there that is written subscribe. It is totally, absolutely free. You're not going to be charged a dime, so hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
July, whenever you're around.